Hey, Russ, turnovers. You guys had 8 in the first quarter, kind of stemmed the tide, but how did that affect things? Billy said he felt like there were just moments of stagnation with the offense, and he thought a lot of that might have been turnovers.
Yeah, I mean, that started it off, but I still thought we put ourselves in position to win the basketball game late in the game.
Brady.
Russ, Brady Trenton Thunder Digest. When you kind of go back and look at the tape, do you just kind of see this as a case where you clean up the glass, have those little spurts in the second quarter and third quarter, you gave up some offensive boards. Do you feel like that you can just kind of clean that up and have a better outcome?
I mean, once I look at it, then I'll be able to tell you.
Russ, Fredo from Tulane, Oklahoma. You were the only one who scored a point on the fourth quarter, and Carmelo and Paul George didn't have any. What you guys can do to kind of change that?
We just got to be aggressive, miss and make shots. Shots are going to fall. Those guys are unbelievable scorers, and we trusted in those guys all season long, and we will continue to do that.
Any other questions in the middle of Royce?
Russ, did you feel like Utah defended you a little differently in the pick and roll tonight? It looked like maybe there was times you were kind of caught in the air, passing out of it. Did you feel maybe a little?
No, I got what I wanted. Picked it out, picked it apart, able to get open shots. Steven rolling, Jeremy rolling. I was fine.
You want to say it, Rob?
Shannon Shang from Tencent China. How much does it hurt that Steve Adams was fouled out?
He's a big part of our team, big part of the game. Obviously, his presence was missed late in the game, and so we just next guy got to step up and be ready to play.
Anyone else for Russell? All right, thanks, Russ.
Yeah.
All right, meanwhile, we take a look. And by the way, the nice lady from China got a nice fist pump from David Griffin on set for asking that question, because you know how important Steven Adams was. Double fist pump. LeBron's gotten a few of those from you in the past, Griff. How about the first quarter? 20 points, not bad. Aggressive? Indeed.
If that does anything for you, 16-3 LeBron to start the game.
They were up 33-18 after the first. Riley's not done. A little bit of everything. 46, 12, and 5 in the game. 20th time over 40 in the playoffs.
He knows the sense of urgency, and there are a lot of questions of his teammates, what he needed to do. Was he coming out too slow? Will they fall apart early? Nah, man, LeBron's got it all in hand, man, and you saw it tonight.
All right, we go to the fourth quarter. Pacers trying to hang in. Victor Oladipo, 22 and 6. Maybe didn't see enough of that late in some of those possessions going to the rack instead of taking shots.
Yeah, I thought Oladipo could have been a little more aggressive. He shot good from the field, but playoff basketball, you're going to have to leave everything on the floor.
Kevin Love did not return after this. Take a look. The thumb.
Yeah, it looked like it hurt.
Ooh.
Like it hurt.
You tell immediately he just did not want to go anywhere near that. We'll see as we get closer here to game number 3. They get a couple of days. Pacers down 6 under a minute to go. As good as anyone. Best percentage from 3 in the league.
DC. Woo. D better row.
Pacers down 3. This is where we're saying, wow. I mean, you can't get a better look than that. How do you get so old?
Bad coverage. What was wrong with that coverage?
You
Were they switching or were they showing what was?
What happened there? I think it's so. What was that, Corver?
That'll make them pay. Game plan discipline and communication. TA, you know we would have already talked about this in the huddle. Are we going to switch this screen, or are you showing and getting back? And you know there's moments where you told us, hey, I'm getting back. Get back to yours. Exactly. And, you know, luckily he missed, but it easily could have been an overtime game.
It would have been a good game for LeBron if he was only efficient, 17 out of 24 from the field. Here he is after the win.
Jason Lloyd, The Athletic. I know you say all the time every game presents its own challenges, but, you know, Ty was talking for the last couple of days. He wanted you to be more assertive and aggressive early on. So when do you know that you've got it rolling early and you can take over a game the first 6 minutes like you did tonight?
You know, just a feel. I mean, Coach Lou called up the first play for me and went down. So we went back to it. You know, I was able to hit another one and, you know, just felt like I was in a really good rhythm. So just try to see how long I can stay in that zone and just, you know, try to make a mark on the game early on, especially after the way we started at game 1.
You got so many guys who have never been in the spot before. Is there any part of you always say game 1's a feel-out game. Was there any part of you that just kind of sat back the other night and wanted to see how they responded to the moment and reacted to the moment?
Well, I mean, it's part of me, obviously, yeah. I mean, it's first experience for a lot of our guys in game one, and for me, like I said, it's always a fill-out game to see how teams are playing me, playing our team, and seeing the ways I can be better, and I broke down the film the last couple of days, seeing ways I could try to be better for our team. So, definitely, in game one, I was the, more of the mind, working than anything.
Dave McMenamin, ESPN. It almost wouldn't be Cavs-like if you didn't have a lineup change, considering you had 29 different ones in the regular season. But how do you feel like the presence of Kyle and JR from the start opened up your game and just overall helped the team?
Well, I mean, I think it's just familiarity, with that lineup, to start tonight. I mean, you got 4 guys that's played in postseason games before, and then you add G. Hill, who's got his own experience as well. So, that definitely helps from that standpoint. It allowed, JG and Rodney to kind of get settled into the game before their number was called. So, I think it worked well for us tonight.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. LeBron, we've talked a lot this year about the Cavs' identity and how much it has changed because of so many different lineups and so many different rosters that you've had, basically. When you play you with the 4 shooters, does it feel more like Cavaliers basketball to you?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I just try to be as productive as I can no matter what lineup is out there. To start the game, you can obviously with the space, with JR and Kyle's ability to shoot the ball, and obviously Kev, it creates a lot more space. But for me, I just try to be productive no matter what line is on the floor, and it felt good for us to get off to a good start.
Scott Sargent, WFNY. Brian, a lot of talk is going to be about it with the offensive side of the new starting 5. What can you say that those guys have done, or did, at least on the stretch, defensively as well?
I mean, listen, JR and Kyle were huge, late game. JR being able to pick up Oladipo on that full court pressure, get the steal, get the layup. Kyle getting switched off onto Thaddeus one possession where, could have went either way with the push off or a block, and then he comes right back and has a one-on-one matchup with Miles Turner and be able to get the strip late in the game. They were huge defensively, so and we definitely needed that from them.
Tom Withers, AP. Bron, Victor somehow got open for that last 3. Went through your mind when he had that open look from the right wing?
That we blew a coverage. That was the thought that went to my head. We blew a coverage, and we were lucky. And I'd much rather be on time, on target, than to be lucky. But he missed it, and we was able to get the rebound.
Overall, what do you think of the defensive effort by you guys?
I think we were better than game 1, and we had some laws, obviously, once again, but I think we were in tune. We were more physical at the point of attack, and and it definitely helped us out a lot.
LeBron, Jason Spells, WTHR in Indianapolis. Given the fact you all came out so strong, so powerful, 18-point lead, what does that tell you about the Pacers, their resiliency to come back and make this a game late?
That they're resilient.
A lot of teams struggle when teams get that big lead in this on the road in a difficult environment. Were you surprised they were able to come back?
No, I don't think any of these 16 teams that's in the postseason, 8 in the East, 8 in the West, that's going to struggle. If they get down. I think we're all here for a reason. We all punched our ticket for a reason, and Indiana is one of those teams as well.
Jeff Shadell, News Herald. So, LeBron, how do you think this sets things up for Game 3?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, the way you guys played tonight and the way they won Game 1, what do you think this means for the next game?
It means the series is tied 1-1 and it's going to Indiana. So, we got to be ready to play. They got a great crowd, and they're a really, really good team. So, it just sets up for Game 3. It's just the next game.
LeBron, PJ Ziegler, Fox 8. I know you said coming into this game that you wanted to be more assertive. Did you think it was going to take a 46-point effort to lead your team to victory?
I didn't come into the game saying I want to be assertive. Coach Lou said it. I never said. I said I'm gonna play my game, and I did that tonight. You know, I made some shots early, got into a rhythm. You know, defensively, I wanted to be in tune. I wanted to try to get my guys involved as well. But I mean, I don't come in the game saying I'm gonna try to do this, I'm gonna do that. It just kind of happens to flow of the game. I play the game the right way, and that's just the result of it. So, you know, we got some work to do tomorrow. We're gonna watch the film, break it down, and see ways we can be better in Indiana, where we know it's gonna be a very hostile environment come Friday.
Kevin Love, important to this team clearly, was tonight with 15 on the floor. But after the game, the questions about this and the thumb. X-rays come out negative for Love, which tells you, at least from the outside, things should be okay. Let's hear from Kevin.
Yeah, saw the replay too. It didn't look good. Hurt pretty bad. Initially, I told Ty afterward that could have gone back in, but I think he liked the flow out there, and guys made big plays down the stretch. So, it's not gonna feel great tomorrow, but throw some ice on it, tape it up, and be ready to go.
Did you get an X-ray or anything, Kevin?
X-ray came back negative.
All right, from Kevin Love to giving some love to rookie records being shattered by Donovan Mitchell. It's coming up next.